All right, as you can see, I've done some cool things to my webpage. I went ahead and centered my image. It's a little tricky, but I'll give you a link to my webpage so that you can take a look at my code to see what I did. When I give you my link, you'll be able to see this, and right away you're going to realize, wow, huh, Ms. Milton has this weird code. What is that? Well, let's look. I thought it would be pretty cool. I showed you before how to edit emojis and symbols. And I thought, oh, look how cool if I add like someone dancing for my favorite hobby, and I add a heart for someone that I admire. I just did that with Bitmoji. And then I added a earth, and it looks fine here. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually come out. HTML and it's Chrome has a difficult time reading that Bitmoji or that emoji picture. So even though I thought it looked good here, unfortunately it doesn't show up. If you look carefully, another thing doesn't show up. I didn't put an emoji here. It says, you might think I, 2019 crazy, but I, percent you, 2019 VE. Huh, and that shows up a couple times down here. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to go back to my code. And you might think I'm crazy. Okay, that looks fine there. And here it says, it's cold. Huh, I put an apostrophe there, but when Chrome reads it, it doesn't read an apostrophe. And every time it says an apostrophe, it's going to replace it with %U 2019. Well, that's a problem, because usually people don't realize that, and they'll just think I made a typo 4 times in this paragraph. It's likely you have the same issue in your paragraph. So to fix that, we need to find out what the code is to write an apostrophe. All right, so I'm just going to type that in. Apostrophe in HTML. And there's lots of places to go. Trying to look for a quick, I like this place, W3 Schools. So I'm going to click that. And it tells you here how to make different characters. So I'm going to look for the apostrophe. And an apostrophe, it says 39. Interesting. Curious what that looks like. Okay, it says I will display apostrophe. So it's not just 39, it's and sign U 39. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take this line and hashtag 39 and a semicolon and just press Command C. You could also type it in. And instead, I'm going to go back to this paragraph, and every time I see an apostrophe, I'm going to replace it with this and U39 every single time. So I've got one here, and I need to capitalize that I. I've got one here, and I had one here. Now that I've put that weird code in, I'm going to go back to my page and refresh. And as you see down here, it's fixed it in some places. I didn't find it there. I've already been to 6 major. Oh, here it is. Okay. So even though it's strange to write this instead of an apostrophe, I could also just put I am crazy instead of I'm crazy, which is so true. You'll get to know me and you'll be like, yeah, Miss Milton is crazy, but good crazy. Okay, now if I refresh this, that should have fixed itself. All right, well, I don't really want to leave this here, but I'm going to leave it just for an example because it does look fine on this page, but as you see, this is the page that you turn into me. So you do want it to look perfect with no misspelled words, and make sure you capitalize your eyes. Such an easy thing because Google didn't fix when I didn't capitalize my eyes. All right, if there's anything else that you've used, like maybe use quotation marks, or you want to use the hashtag sign, you'll need to put this code in. You can always go to try it to see what it looks like. And the secret sauce, because I think some of you were wondering, well, Ms. Milton, how did you make a circle? Again, all you have to do is go check out the code of my webpage. So once you're here, go to View, Developer, View Source. At first it will look super impressive, like how did you do that? But just skip below this big old chunk of stuff. Once you get to like line, the end of like line 6, you'll see the code that I actually coded. And you'll actually see how I centered my image. You'll see all the CSS, and you'll basically be able to see all the code of my web page, and your page should look as good. And when I did this, I just saw a mistake. Look, I have 2 closing paragraph tags. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that so it's not there when you check my code out. All right, have a wonderful time coding, and let me know if you run into any problems.